And after all the hype and frenzy and great expectations, Facebook's first day of trading fell flat. Its stock opened at $38 a share, shot up briefly, then it fell and finished just 23 cents higher. It's still the most valuable U.S. company to ever go public, and many of its employees became instant millionaires as a result of the IPO. And Elaine Quijano is outside NASDAQ in Times Square with more. And good morning to you, Elaine.
Good morning to you, Rebecca. Well, on its opening day, some 570 million shares of Facebook traded hands. That's one of the busiest days ever for an initial public offering. But for investors who were hoping to see a big price jump to make some quick cash, that didn't happen.
For all the hype surrounding its debut,
you get in on the ground floor and you'd be a fool not to get it, like Apple.
Facebook ended the day at $38.23 a share, just 0.6% above where it began. Its launch onto the NASDAQ got off to a rocky start Friday after technical glitches caused a 30-minute delay. Shares began trading at just over $42 and reached a peak of $45, but that didn't last long.
It has been volatile. There's been a lot of shares traded.
Analyst Nick Einhorn of Renaissance Capital wasn't surprised by the volatility. He says Facebook's IPO lured investors big and small.
Certainly a lot of retail investors are buying Facebook, and it appeals to them because it's a company they know well. But also I think a lot of big institutional investors will look at it as a core tech holding.
As the hours passed, the stock never fell below the initial public offering price of $38 a share. That's because underwriters, including Morgan Stanley, put in buy orders to prop up the price. The question now, what's next for the company and the people who've bought into it?
The investors who are going to be bullish on the company will be looking at 3, 4, 5 years out and kind of trying to figure out what the company can become.
Now, some analysts say what happened yesterday should not be viewed as a failure. They say another way to look at it is that IPO price set by Facebook and the investment banks was just right. And some perspective here. Facebook now has a market value of some $105 billion. That's more than Amazon and McDonald's. Rebecca?
Staggering numbers. Elaine Quijano in Times Square. Thanks, Elaine.